Again, what is our theme for tonight?
Navigating through your moments with positive self-talk.
Because understand this, gentlemen, no matter who you are, you're going to have moments. That's just the way life is designed. You know, the unsuspecting moment. Life and her surprises. Things just come up. I'm sure that plenty of us experience some moments today. You know, some good, some bad. But the thing is, look at us. We are sitting here as evidence that we came through those moments. And I just pray that R.A.I.S.E or some of the tools you have picked up here was a contributor for you navigating through those moments. Because we're going to have some good moments and we're going to have some bad moments. We're going to have some educational moments. We're going to have some heartbreak moments. We're going to have some love moments. We're going to have some hurt moments. But the fact is, they're moments. And moments isn't a lifetime. Only time they become lifetime when we extend the expiration date, when we does it. But each moment has a design, by design, has a design period, lifespan. But sometimes, I know for me, sometimes I want to stretch that lifespan longer than what it's supposed to do. And when I stretch it longer than what it's supposed to do, like I'm stretching rubber band, what happens? It breaks. And so, you know, this is, I think it was my third week here. Somebody had said something, I can't remember who, but I'll make sure I put Class 50, when I put this in my book, that's coming out soon, Becoming Your Own Cheerleader, I'll make sure I mention Class 59 as being a contributor to this one section. And what we're going to talk about now, gentlemen, because we have to understand that you are here preparing. Before the infantry go out, the generals sit at this round table and prepare a strategy for his men or whether for them to be successful. This is what you're doing now. You are inside a small society preparing yourself for that much bigger society out there. The attitudes, the personalities is different. The amount of people, the class 59 to the class 60, I mean, people have a tendency of bringing some crazy stuff to our front door at times, right?
Yes.
It's just life. That's life among. So what we're going to do, are we going to revert back how we used to react? Or are we going to take some tools that we're learning now and start responding instead of reacting to moments? That's what we think, that's what should be on our agenda. This is a proactive moment for me to be better than what I was when I came through that door. Even for me. Every time I come to do a workshop, I'm looking to do better or feel better or get something better and stronger, empowering than I did when I first started the workshop. And because I expected, I received those moments. That's why I'm more pumped up when I leave out than what it is when I come in. Sometimes, some people see me, I be dragging it. Early on, y'all might not have caught it, but I was stumbling in my speech. But instead of being fearful whether or not I would do well in this workshop, I just changed the channel. Y'all know what we say about channel. We had the power to change the channel. I didn't allow that incident, that one moment, that's all it was. I didn't allow that one moment to disrupt all the rest of the moments. Especially the moment that caters to my expectations on giving you the best that R.A.I.S.E has to offer. So again, this is a proactive approach, gentlemen, for you never have to sit here again. Who's convinced that they're not going to come back here again?
I am.
Absolutely. And look, you have the power to determine that. As a matter of fact, help me out. I haven't done this in a while. I am determined to never use drugs again. One more time. I am determined self-empowerment through positive self-talk. Gentlemen, the more, I'm telling you, I'll show you what I look like prior to at my 13th program. It wasn't until I started selling myself on the idea, just stop using. And I kept saying, oh, I'm not using them. I'm not using every day. I just kept selling myself on that. I did not have a clue that I would be doing what I'm doing now. My main thought, don't use. Because I knew deep down inside there was something. I just did not know how to handle and manage my moments. Because every time a disappointment would come my way, one of the disappointing moments, I would go use. Everybody would holler at me, I would go use. Somebody, my children act cuckoo, I would go use. I woke up feeling sick, I would go use. I did not know how to manage my moments. And through positive self-talk, I learned how to become a better manager of my moments. Because now I'm a better manager of my thoughts. All right. Now, everybody see this? Tell me the letters.
F.E.E.L.
Right. Feel through the moment. We're navigating through our moments with positive self-talk. This here is a segment of positive self-talk. We're going to learn how to feel through a moment, whether it's good or bad. Okay? One of the first things that we have to do when we encounter a moment, especially one, we're gonna talk about the ones we don't like. We're gonna talk about the ones we don't like. The first thing that we must do when we encounter a feeling, instead of running, instead of using a drug to try to deny it, we've got to do what?
Face it.
Face it. Ding, 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 ding. Everybody with that face, give themselves a high five. One of the first in the NA community, it speaks about acknowledgement, and that's what face is. I had to acknowledge that I was an addict before I was able to get the tools to use to tackle that, to arrest that. As long as I was in denial about that, my addiction had me by the ball. Had me. We gotta edit that one. My addiction had me. But when I acknowledged it, when I faced it head on, I realized there was something I could do. That first step, I must face the situation. I must face the issue. I must face the problem. I must face that trial. In order for me to get through it, I got to face it. Because look, how can I get through it if my back is always to it? I like that. Anybody write that down? How can I face it? How can I get through it if my back is always to it? Anybody write that down? Oh, I got to take it. So first thing we got to do is what? Face it. Say again, what's the first thing we must do when we encounter a moment we don't like?
Face it.
Face it. We're strong enough to face it because we determine our outcome. We do. When you face it, and let me tell you what the definition, let me tell you one of the definitions that I like. One of the definitions for a face is self-assurance, confidence. I must have confidence. When I'm walking through or encounter a situation, I must have confidence. Even if it appears to be overwhelming, I must have confidence that this too shall pass. But the longer I run from it, the longer it's going to be there. When I face it, that is the first step in tackling the situation and going through it. All right? Does that make sense to y'all? Hello?
Yeah.
The second thing we must do once we face it is
Engage.
engaging. Everybody say engage.
Engage.
Now it says to enter in or bring into conflict with. We have engaged the enemy. How about this one? To involve oneself or become occupied. It says participate. Once I face the situation, once I face this moment, or once I face the reality of my addiction, I'm an addict, then now I'm able to participate in me and participate in those things that will assist me in arresting that addiction. The steps. First I faced it, first I acknowledged it. Then what I did was I engaged in it. I didn't allow it to, even though, look, it was like David and Goliath on Central. Even though it looked yay high, I still wasn't fearful in trying to tackle this thing. Why? Because it was something deep inside me. At the end, it was, anybody experience that at the end? Saying that I'm worth better than this, worth more than this? Anybody? Yeah. And that's how it was for me. It was the desire or this acknowledgement in me that there's something great inside me. Only thing I had to do was stop using. So once I faced it, I engaged in it. When I engaged in it, that put me in a position to experience. Everybody say experience.
Experience.
To experience the lessons that I need to experience inside that moment, inside that situation. As I said, I am no mistake, every experience prior to this very second word, experience is what? I needed to experience. Every moment has a value to it. Even if it looks gloomy, even if it looks messed up, it still has a value to it. If getting in an argument with your relationship with your woman, that moment has value, because when the dust settles, it's not about her involvement in the argument. It's about what part did I play? How can I get better? And this is what each moment brings to me. An opportunity for me to ask, how can I get better from that moment? How can I treat it differently? How can I be better the next time? So when we are confronted with a situation, the first thing we need to do is
Face it.
After we face it, we must do what?
Engage.
Engage meaning I must participate in the remedy. When I participate in it, I get the experience from it. Now after the experience comes the best part. Now I can
learn.
leave out. Now I can leave out of this moment, knowing that I got the experience from how I participated in it, from me standing up to it. No longer do I allow situations to run after me. I run after the situations, especially when it concerns me. I don't go looking for trouble. I don't go looking for the heartaches, the disappointments and all that. But one thing, I do not allow it to overwhelm me. Because I truly believe that any moment that comes is just that, a moment. If I face it, if I engage in it, if I understand that there's something to learn from this, then there's time. Then the opportunity will come when I'll be able to leave from this moment unscarred. And that's what we have about feeling the feel through the moment. Face it. Help me out, y'all.
Face it. Engage it. Experience it. Leave.
And that's what it is. You can count out.